Winner to the Rose Bowl. We've got a first-timer in the championship game this season in Utah, the champions out of the South. And Washington, ranked number 11, trying to make it 2 conference championships out of the last 3 seasons. All set. Off we go on the Pac-12 championship. Washington to start at the 25-yard line with their senior quarterback, the all-time leading passer at Washington, the starter from day one, nearing the end of his college career. And what a career it's been for Jake Browning. And Jake Browning looks to throw on the game's first play. It's a crossing Andre Bocelli, who's coming off his biggest game of the season and that Apple Cup win up in Pullman last week. A little nicer out, by the way. 28-15, they beat the Cougs. On first down, first carry from Myles Gaskin, trying to bounce it to the outside. He gets a couple, and after losing 2 of 3 in late October, part of that was Myles Gaskin was out with a shoulder injury. Since he's come back, they have put it all on his shoulders, haven't they? Here is Gaskin with a flag down. That was a free play.
Offside in the neutral zone at the snap. Defense number 92. 5-yard penalty. Replay second down.
Gaskin running behind him with a hole off the left side for a Washington first down, with a stop coming from Marquise Blair. They fake the jet sweep to Ahmed. Browning with a deep drop to let the routes develop, with the coverage downfield solid, so he has to heave it away. He's got it here with a big hole off the right side and carries Corian Ballard for a gain of 9, setting up 3rd and short. Best third down offense against best third down defense in the conference here on 3rd and 1. Gaskin again. Stop and start and found a hole, and that's what he does so well. So patient, such good vision. And the guy that has 4 1,000-yard seasons, first back ever to do that in the Pac-12, has a first down. Huskies on the move here on the first possession, and again a heavy dose of Gaskin, this time hit in the backfield and dropped. And it was Bradley Anae, the junior out of Hawaii, who has turned into a leader for this defensive front.
And you're seeing it. He's a complete defensive end right there in front of you. He's athletic enough to shed blocks, keep contained, not allow the ball carrier to get to the outside. It's not just his ability to rush the passer.
First touch for Aaron Fuller. He's been quiet the last few weeks. Leading receiver on the season for Washington, picks up 4. Out of the gun on 3rd and 7, setting up a screen. Here's Savon Ahmed out of the backfield, exploding past the chains for a first down. So sudden. The sophomore out of Kirkland, Washington, gets just enough. First down from the 27. Back to Gaskin. Short gain with Chase Hansen making the tackle, and Hansen, a guy that Petros told us about off of the top, but a 25-year-old senior who got to Utah, Brady, in 2012. That's what, 6 years ago.
It seems like it's been there forever.
2 positions ago, though. He came as a quarterback, moved to safety, and now one of the top linebackers in the country.
He's got great football instincts. He obviously knows the game incredibly well from playing the opposite side. And it just seems like he can diagnose everything at the snap of the football, and he's always there to make plays.
Here's play action. Gaskin out of the backfield was open. The defense closes and limits him to a short gain. Ballard and Blackman pushed him out, and it's another 3rd down. Tight end to the left side of the formation, crossing the field. Knocked down and incomplete. Incomplete, and it's 4th down as Mika Tafua got his hand on it, and then nearly intercepted it.
You talked about the defensive line. They breed at Utah. What makes them so special is, check out right here. Look at Tafua. He's not able to get any penetration, but he's watching the eyes of Browning. They like to run the crossing routes, and he just gets his hands up into the passing lanes. And I got to tell you, even if that ball did get past the line of scrimmage, Cody Barton was waiting for Hunter Bryant, the targeted receiver on the other side.
I think they need to credit center Nick Harris with a pass break up there. How about this, Brady? Washington on 4th down and 6 will go for it. Browning steps into a slant. It's broken up and incomplete. Jalen Johnson knocks it away, and this long Washington drive ends with a turnover on downs.
The sophomore out of Fresno, California, who's just had a phenomenal year. He's matched up at the bottom of your screen. It's one-on-one. They're going to run double slants. It's where you should be going with the football, but it's just a little bit behind. Tremendous play by Johnson to get his hand in on the football.
Offense on the field for the first time, and the freshman quarterback Jason Shelley's first throw is incomplete as he was looking for one of his tight ends, Brant Keithy. Ben Burr-Kirven in coverage. They put the electric Britton Covey in the backfield here for 2nd and 10. He's got it off the left side, tripped up at the line of scrimmage, a short gain, and quickly 3rd down. And while he's been good, he's not been good on 3rd down. Washington heating up the freshman. He was protected momentarily. Now extending the play. Burr-Kirven races to the sidelines to bump him out. The nation's leading tackler picks up his first tonight. In the lead up to this game, special teams, an area where Utah may have a distinct advantage. Mitch Wisnowski, 3-time Ray Guy Award finalist, booms one down there, and then Aaron Fuller is stopped by Terrell Burgess. 14 plays, march it all the way down before turning it over on downs. Here Browning has time to get through his progression and dump it off to Gaskin for a short gain. On 2nd and 9, he's back to throw with the blitz picked up. Across his body, ill-advised and incomplete. It was dropped by Corian Ballard. It's the second opportunity we've seen at a Utah interception go through the hands of a defender.
Yeah, and you're going to watch Corian Ballard. He's eventually going to come up and replace. Excuse me, he's right there on the other side of the field. Right here on the left side. And that's really the key, is if you get Jake Browning off the spot and you force him in positions where he's going to make throws where you can't see where he's going with the football, he likes to anticipate, but that works against you when you can't see where the defense is at.
3rd down and 9. The play clock winding down. They motion Bocelli. Just get it off in time. Browning down the sideline. Wants Fuller, but it's out of his reach, and it's 4th down with a tight coverage from Julian Blackman. Britton Covey, who averaged 15 yards per return in the first meeting, has a fair catch this time. Good hang time from Joel Whitford. Britton Covey on the sweep, finds some room, and has a 1st down, the first of the game for Utah. Crosses the 45 and a pickup of 16. Here they motion him out of the backfield and head it off to Armand Shine, who's the man that's replaced Zach Moss at running back. First healthy season for Shine, who's had an opportunity earlier in his career to be the starting guy, but he's just not been able to get by those injuries. Finally staying healthy, getting another shot at it with Moss out. Flip it to Covey. Washington was ready this time with Jordan Miller, the senior corner, tripping him up.
I mean, trick plays don't work against Washington, right? Chris Peterson is known for that. You better believe his defense is going to be prepared for the reverses and anything else that Utah tries to throw at Washington. Maybe it's the kitchen sink at some point, but it's what makes this defense so special. Really, the secondary players. Guys like Miller and Bryant. These guys are so physical in stopping the run from the outside.
Yeah, Miller said that meeting in September was one of the more physical games he's ever played in. Pressure out of the secondary is picked up. Coverage downfield is tight. He extends the play and now runs. Gets what he can, but it'll be 4th down. And boy, you saw the physicality from the secondary one play, and then you see the tight coverage on the next.
There's nowhere to go with the football. If Washington does anything well, it's the way they're able to cover, in particular on 3rd down, and they really want you to throw short, and they're going to rally up and make the tackle. But it's frustrating because for Jason Shelley, they got him off the spot, and once they do that to you as a quarterback, your internal clock goes off, and you're saying, I need to get rid of the football right now, and really the timing of the play goes out the window as well.
Second punt for Wisnowski. Aaron Fuller waits back inside his own 10, coming after it. That has been one flaw for the special teams for the Utes this year. They've had 3 punts blocked. So flag down as Fuller takes the fair catch.
During the kick, number 29 of the kicking team went out of bounds on his own and returned inbounds during the down. It's a 5-yard penalty added to the end of the play. 1st down. Timeout.
Growing up on the West Coast, looking forward to going to that game.
Gaskin into the arms of an eye. Sean McGrew stop and start to find a hole and turn nothing into a nice gain, setting up 3rd and 1. Jones motioned into the formation, and Gaskin with a direct snap, hit by Hansen, but drags him for a 1st down. So 7 blockers in there for Gaskin, who doesn't have much room from it. Bradley and I off to a good start in this game. Browning looking wide side, and a strong throw to Aaron Fuller, who steps out of the tackle of Julian Blackman and turns it into a big play. 27 yards into Utah territory.
This is what Jake Browning's been known for. On the money, outside, in stride, and then it allows Fuller to be able to force Blackman to have to make a tackle in space. He's able to pick up the additional yards. He's got a hand on that. You're looking at this passing attack for Washington. We didn't see it a week ago, probably largely because of the weather there in Pullman. You go back to the last performance of Jake Browning for 354 yards. It was against Utah last year. He's never reached that number since.
Here comes an end around. Savon Ahmed, a lot of room, a blocker in front, but a nice job to work around those blocks by the Utah defense. Jalen Johnson and Chase Hansen, kind of as advertised so far. Top 2 defenses in the Pac-12. No score after a quarter. Back to Santa Clara after this. Here's Gaskin slipping 1 man. That is all. Chase Hansen combining with Francis Bernard. 3 receivers, a tight end and a running back to choose from. And on the slant, he finds Ty Jones, who juggles. It is picked off. Boy, that hit about 4 different players, and ultimately Javelin Guidry picked it off, and Utah takes over.
I don't know if Jake Browning could have thrown a better football. I mean, that was right on the spot for Ty Jones. He's at the top of your screen. Everyone else clears out in front of him. He does a good job of widening the defender, and again, you can't throw that football any better. Heads up play by Guidry to get his hands on the football.
Heads up play and heels up play from Ty Jones, giving him a chance. Estevis Bartlett steals the spotlight on this 1st down play, dropping Jason Shelley for a loss of 5. Here's Covey, promptly tackled by Miles Bryant. Shelley retreating, throwing behind Damari Simpkins. Quickly tackled by Ben Burr-Kirven, and quickly 4th down. This is a short one, down around the 40. Out of an empty set to open this drive. Browning hitting a crossing, but Shelley, who beat Corian Ballard for a 1st down. His 2nd catch of the day goes for a dozen. And play action for Browning. Lets it fly. Incomplete. Wanted Hunter Bryant, who, as you said, Brady, has kind of changed this offense as he's gotten healthy the last few weeks.
And really pick your poison. Could have had Bryant up the seam, a little bit tighter coverage. It looked like Utah dropped the coverage on Drew Sample. He's going to be coming across the field. No one runs with him. It's one for Jake Browning where if you can, you got to get off your first read. Maybe you find a window to Sample for a huge play. Look at all the attention, by the way, Bryant's getting.
That's a guy with 6 catches on the year total. They're all coming in the last 3 games. Came back from that knee injury. 2nd and 10, first run of the drive, and Gaskin accelerates into the arms of Chase Hansen, who's already got 6 tackles to add to his team leading total. On 3rd down, he looks far side, then he gets chased and spikes it into the ground with Cody Barton applying the pressure.
Legal. Number 9 was in the area. 4th down.
Explanation for why no grounding, but it is 4th down as the senior Barton got to him.
It's tough sled when you're a quarterback and you got to screen because that linebacker coming, usually the running back has him. So once he releases out to the screen, you just got to find a way to get back deep enough and get the ball to your running back. But Utah sniffed that out the entire way. Really nowhere to go.
2nd punt for Joe Whitford. Fair catch from Covey. Taken at the 10. Utah back on offense. Here's a slant and going up to get it. Solomon Enos. The ball came out as he went to the ground, but they signal a catch. And then down to the 23. Shelley tucks it and goes down, losing a few as Miles Bryant got him. Evan Brumfield, their best pass protector at running back, is in, but he swings out and takes the throw. Needs a couple of blocks. Won't get him. Ben Burkervin combining with Miles Bryant, and another 3 and out for the Utes. Another punt for Wisnowski. Fuller comes up to get it at the 41. And a short return. Here's Gaskin, wants to throw back to Browning. Instead, will tuck it and turn it into something. Well, they wanted to hit a big play. Instead, they'll settle for an 11-yard scamper from Gaskin. Got it in Utah territory for the 3rd time tonight. A wide snap pulled in by Browning. Tries to go out the back door, then pays the price, getting sacked by Mika Tafua.
Really both sides, and it almost looked like the Washington offense wasn't ready, or there wasn't clear communication. They checked the play at the very beginning, and then Tafua gets into the backfield. Anaya was waiting for Browning on the opposite side. And there's the snap, didn't get off to the best start, and really that play looked broken almost from the beginning.
I know you quarterbacks are tough, but this has got to be a little bit scary of a defensive front to look at.
Especially as much pressure as they get on opposing quarterbacks.
2nd and long, quickly to Bichelli. Trying to set up the blocks. He does to get a chunk back, and then drags the much bigger Lecky Fotu to within a yard of the first down. They go from 2nd and long to 3rd and 1 on Andre Bichelli's big pickup.
Well, you'd like to get half back when you're in those 2nd and long scenarios, so they run a screen, they get Bichelli out in space. Look at the blocking. Fuller did a great job downfield. Trey Adams got involved too. And tough running by Bichelli, who's really come on of late. Led them in receiving last week, next to Bryant. But as far as receptions,
on 3rd and 1, Jake Browning to sneak it. He's got a first down. Here comes Ahmed trying to get him around the edge. Washington, or Utah's got him hemmed in. Julian Blackman dropping him for a short loss. It's something Utah does as well as anybody. They're number 4 in the country in tackles for loss. 2nd down and 10. Ahmed squeezes through the hole. Tackled by Chase Hansen. 3rd and 5 coming up. Browning looking his direction. Steps into the out pattern for Fuller, but it's incomplete. A misfire from Browning, and 4th and 5. Utah shows pressure. They bring a man off of the near side. Browning steps up. He tries to run for the first down and does to the 20. Fully extended for a gain of 7.
When you can run for a few first downs, it makes you that much more impactful as a quarterback. Drops back, feels the pressure, and a natural seam is created, and he takes advantage.
9th play of the drive is a Miles Gaskin run. No room this time, surrounded by white shirts, and Cody Barton, one of the most prolific passers in Pac-12 history, winningest quarterback in Pac-12 history. Handed it off to Gaskin, made a man miss in the backfield, able to get a nice gain out of what looked like was going to be dropped for a loss. On 3rd and 2, they roll Jake Browning, eyes in the end zone, double clutches, throws it up for grabs and incomplete. Wanted Cade Otton. Marquise Blair applied the pressure, and it's 4th and 2. This time Chris Peterson will send the field goal team out.
What about this Utah defense, though? 3rd and short, they're not fooled by it at all. A little roll right by the Washington offense, trying to look for a natural pick to the running back and then maybe to the tight end. Good job by Blackman getting in coverage, getting a hand up to disrupt Otton, who's now the down man on the field.
It's from 29. And finally some points in this Pac-12 championship as Henry knocks it through. Here, though, he takes a fair catch. Here comes Armand Shine. Fighting his way forward for a gain of 4 or 5. Here's Covey taking the fake, and Shelley into the short side of the field, extends the ball and gets a couple. He's trying to convert 3rd down for the first time, and they do. hitting a tight end. The freshman Cole Fotheringham for a gain of 10 and the first third down conversion tonight for the Utes.
That's a soft spot in the zone coverage, and you're going to see it just kind of splits, almost like the Red Sea, and Shelley taking advantage.
Shine for 3. See where they get here on 2nd and 6. Shelley pulls it in the run pass option. It's Fotheringham again into Washington territory for the first time tonight.
Talk about an RPO. Those run pass options. He stuck that football in Shine's stomach about as long as you can without sacrificing ball security and found Fotheringham. I don't blame the defense for getting fooled on that.
Clock winds near a minute. Some signs of life for the Utes. First down from the 40. Here comes Shelley making a cut and going down. And the Utes will use their first timeout with 52 seconds. 2nd down and 9 out of the timeout. It's Armand Shine. So they keep it on the ground. Ben Burkervin makes the stop, and it is worth mentioning here as they play it conservatively. They've got one of the nation's top kickers, maybe the best long-range kicker in the country in Matt Gay, who has 7 makes in his career greater than 50 yards.
Yeah, Kyle Winningham told us he feels comfortable from 58 at sea level. You got to factor that in when you're playing Salt Lake, right?
Yeah, from here it'd be 53. Washington brings pressure and knocks him right out of Matt Gay's field goal range. Taylor Rapp, the safety. Yes, the safety with his team-leading 5th sack.
Well, that's one of those mistakes that you make when you're inexperienced as a quarterback. Take a look at Taylor Rapp. He's going to key on the blitz here. It's a little bit of a delayed blitz coming from depth. And what that allows for is once the offensive line takes up their assignments, they don't account for Rapp. Shelley doesn't see him until it's too late. And the biggest mistake there is it takes him out of field goal range.
Guy that was the championship game MVP 2 years ago in Washington took down Colorado in the Pac-12 title game. 3-0 through with a half. Defensive battle. Gentlemen, here we go with the second half. And Britton Covey will he get an opportunity here on special teams? He will from the goal line, but he is drilled shy of the 20-yard line. So they load everything up with a power formation, hand it off to Armand Shine for a gain of 2. He's got just 16 yards on 5 carries. Here's Shine again. Burkervin with another tackle, body slamming him down after a few. And I get the feeling you think that if they're going to come back and get some offense, Shelley's going to have to be part of it on the ground again. Washington brings pressure, floats one outside and hits his high school teammate Jalen Dixon. Breaks a tackle, crosses the 45, providing the biggest play of the night for the Utes, 26 yards.
When Dixon's just working one-on-one. And he wasn't the first read. He's working against Elijah Moten. See the stick to the outside? He's probably the fastest player on the field tonight. Blazing speed. You get him in open space, he knows what to do with it. But Jason Shelley looked to his first read, wasn't there, came back to Dixon. Nice football. That's how you move the sticks.
Now they fake it to Dixon, hand it off to Shine, who couldn't get going. Jordan Miller on corner blitz brought him down. Washington bringing it again. Shelley trying to beat it. Over the top. A deep ball dropped in and pulled in by Brian Thompson, who's been injured most of the season. His first catch is a 30-yarder to the 16.
The 6'2", 205-pound sophomore comes up in a big way. Working on Jordan Miller. Look at the touch. Drops it right in the bucket. The question is, did he hold on as he goes to the ground?
No.
He did not.
Battling from behind tonight, working off play action on 3rd and long. Well protected and finds an open man, Damari Simpkins. Settling in the zone for a gain of 16 to convert 3rd down.
A little play action pass. This Utah offensive line provides nice protection. Only a 4-man rush playing zone coverage.
And they hand it off to Devin Brumfield, his first carry of the night. High snap, pulled down, and he's swallowed up by Ryan Bowman, the former walk-on out of Bellevue, Washington, who's part of a very talented defensive front for the Huskies, and it's 3rd down and long again. Shelley has it knocked down at the line of scrimmage by Joe Tryon. And what a weapon, Brady, this is right here. Matt Gay, who has 7 makes of 50+ in his career. This officially from 53. From long range, he does it again and ties the game. Scraping it over the crossbar.
The 2017 Luke Rosa Award winner. Coming up big time for the Utes.
Just barely.
To get any closer than that.
But it's tight with 11:17 to go in the third. With a spot on the Rose Bowl at stake. This is a short kick. Sean McGrew from the 10. Stopped at the 20. Miles Gaskin gets around Chase Hansen and gets 5. Miles Gaskin is carried at 15, make it 16 times. He gets chopped down a yard short, 3rd and 1. They've converted 3rd and short with this already. They try to do it again, and Gaskin has a first down to the 35 with a stop from Julian Blackman. Here comes Savon Ahmed. Couldn't get away from Cody Barton. Got a little bit of help from Marquise Blair. Browning moved off his spot into a tight window. Has Hunter Bryant for a first down near midfield. Hunter Bryant, who last season was off to a great start as a freshman, then injured his knee in the 8th game. He decided to rehab instead of have surgery. Re-injured the knee during spring ball. So had surgery in June, and a lot of people kind of figured it was a lost season. But he comes back in early November and has just been getting better and better. Huge cushion for Andre Bocelli to take advantage of. Another Washington first down to the 40. Ahmed left side gets popped. Francis Bernard. Couple tight ends in there to block for a screen to Aaron Fuller. Chopped down by Julian Blackman. 3rd down. Bryant is in there, part of the bunch formation to the near side. That's Fuller that motions out. On 3rd and 7, they rush only 4. So Browning with time to get through his progression, deliver a strike, but shy of the marker. He does sneak it. And he might have fallen forward for enough. The initial surge, he wasn't going to have it, but looks like maybe falling over the 30-yard line. So first down from the 30 and off play action. Browning into the flats, a low throw, skipping it to Cade Otton. 2nd and 10. This is the 12th play. It's 2nd and 10. It's Browning to throw. He steps up. He's being chased. He'll take off with a flag down, likely holding as Browning slides down inside the 25. So 2nd and 20. It's a screen for Ahmed. Got a block and got 8 yards. On 3rd and 12, Utah showing pressure. And bringing the house against Browning, trying to beat it over the top. Incomplete. They are going to try for it. Browning scrambling, throwing on the move. There is Bocelli, but Utah, as they've done all night, so good in the open field. Julian Blackman brings him down, and a turnover on downs. Another Washington sustained drive that ends with no points. And here is TJ Green, who's battling through a sickness, getting 4 yards, swung down by JoJo McIntosh. Dixon window dressing in motion, and then the snap was dropped, and it might have cost him.
And this is the key. Watch his hands. See if they separate. See how he almost clasped?
Yeah, almost
before
the opposite
ball even
of separating.
There. And usually if you're the center, you're snapping to that top hand. It's always important as a quarterback to put pressure up on your center so he knows where to snap the football. We can feel it.
They're going to measure it.
Wow.
Wow. Chris Coit calls it a first down, and Chris Peterson saying, "You got that good of eyes?"
Not worth a challenge, though.
Off play action. Shelley in trouble, able to step away from one, throws on the move. He's got Dixon A first down to the 48. They run it right into a blitz up the middle, and it winds up being Ryan Bowman that stops Armand Shine, but pretty good first down gain of 4 or 5. Shelley scans to the wide side. That ball's juggled and picked, and headed the other way is Byron Murphy. A game-changing play. 66 yards to the house. Defense with the first touchdown tonight.
The second interception of the night, and really, it's neither quarterback's fault. This is just unfortunate, as COC Mariner somehow doesn't get that football in, and there's Byron Murphy for his 3rd interception of the season. A game-changing play for the Huskies, taking all the air out of this stadium for the Utah crowd.
Hard to throw it much better.
No, I mean, that was right on the money, much like we saw with Jake Browning's interception to Ty Jones.
It's a defensive score that breaks the 3-3 tie. Utah set to get good field position as Simpkins hurdles his way across the 40. Freshman quarterback Jason Shelley handed it off to Armand Shine. Ran into his own man. They got a short gain. Stopped by Shane Bowman. Into one-on-one, incomplete, but a flag down as he went for Solomon Enos with the defense from Jordan Miller.
Holding of an eligible receiver. Defense number 23. 10-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
Solomon Enos has some speed. Look at the outside move to get back inside. Clearly, Miller grabbing on, holding on for dear life.
Here's a shot. Going back towards Enos. This time, it is Miller getting the better of him for an interception.
They tried to go back to it one more time. Enos with that speed, challenging Jordan Miller. And you can see they're working one-on-one right here. And it's Miller who does a better job this time as Enos goes to the outside. See how he gets a hand on Enos, forces him, widens him, and then he becomes the receiver and makes a play on the football. That is textbook technique by Miller for his 2nd interception of the season.
On the 6, play action for Browning, and wide open is Cade Otten. Breaks a tackle and gets 8 yards. 10-3 to the 4th quarter of the Pac-12 championship. 15 minutes decide who's headed to Pasadena. Out of the Wildcat, it's Gaskin for a first down. Gaskin on the edge, nowhere to go. Dropped behind the line of scrimmage by Corian Ballard. Here he's got time, runs into the arms of Lucky Fotu and succumbs to the big fella on a gain of 2. 3rd and long. Utah backs off with 7 in coverage. A twist, able to flush Browning from his spot. Throws on the move to Drew Sample. A drive extender on 3rd and long. Jake Browning extends the play and finds his tight end for 17.
This is what defensive coordinator Morgan Scalley was concerned with, is once Browning buys time, he keeps his eyes downfield and he ends up finding Sample for the big play. And this is not by design. This is a good job by Drew Sample, going back to the outside, going to the side the quarterback scrambling to. He actually had a basic route or an in route going the opposite way, but he changed course.
First down from the 37. Gaskin patiently waited for a hole to develop. It never did. Instead, he met Bradley a 9. Michelli in motion. They fake it to him. Browning with a deep drop. Deep routes developing, but covered. And so he checks it down to Ahmed, who made one man miss. Chase Hansen finished him off, and again it's 3rd down. Browning to Michelli, who's wide open, and he's got just enough for a first down. It's a trick play. Browning sets his feet right back to Gaskin, who gets a couple. Well, they've tried to run a couple trick plays tonight. Utah's been ready for both. Again, flushed out of the pocket and will run. Shows off a good burst to get a first down to the Utah 40. Ahmed here up the middle for 8 yards on first down. Stretch play for Ahmed. Wow, what a play by Marquise Blair. A flag is down as he rockets in from the secondary to drop Ahmed for a short loss.
Holding offense number 56. 10-yard penalty. Replay second down.
It's on the center, Nick Harris.
Yeah, you don't see that too often, but it's tough once you get out there in space, and he's going to be coming from the right side of your screen. And he just comes with a reckless abandon, looking for the middle of the field. All the way down. I was talking to General Manager John Lynch for the San Francisco 49ers before the game, and we're talking about some of the personnel, some of the guys you're looking at, and he goes, tell you what, that number 13 for Utah is a guy to keep an eye on playing on Sundays.
It's a guy that knows a little bit about safety play.
Yeah. And Adam Peters, the Vice President, Director of Player Personnel.
Second down and long. Ahmed shaking. Able to turn the corner, get a bunch back. Myles Gaskin. Going to be close. Looks like he's got it. Got two tight ends on the field here. They'll let Browning throw on first down. He swings it outside, and Jacob Kaiser with a pickup close to another first down, bumped out by Cody Barton. Ahmed at running back. He's got it. Hit in the backfield and drop. Drop for a loss. Barton was there with Tafua. On the 16th play of the drive, he's under pressure. He heaves it outside. He's got Batelli, who extends the ball. Where do they spot him? They spot him 1.5 yards short.
Well, Utah elected to once again bring a house pressure. This is going to be the free defender, and you noted it, Joe. He gets this ball out early and in a spot where Batelli can get to it and at least have the chance. I thought when he extended it, it was enough to be past the marker for a first down.
And now timeout. I wonder if they're going to take a look at this.
Timeout Washington, their first of the half.
Chris Peterson may be giving him some time to, also some time to think about this 4th down and 1 call. We've got these two looks synced up, and it's when the ball crosses that imaginary sideline that he would be marked out. And by that, it looks like it was the appropriate spot. And so during that timeout, Chris Peterson changes his mind. Instead of going for it on 4th and 1, put it on the freshman Peyton Henry to try and make this a 2-score game from 38 yards. It's blocked. The one phase where Utah figured it had a distinct advantage. Special teams keeps their hopes alive with 5:10 left.
And I think it may have been Mika Tafua to get a hand on it. There was a lot of penetration. Let's take another look. And this kick was lower than it needed to be, but it's tough to tell amongst that scrum the mess. I actually think it might have been John Penasini.
Yep.
Big number 52 gets a fingertip just enough. What a stop by the Utah defense.
In a 10-3 game, the freshman Shelley throws in rhythm to Jalen Dixon. And Brady, how about this? That's the first offensive play for the Utes in the 4th quarter.
It's unbelievable. I mean, the time of possession is completely out of whack. Washington's had the football 20 minutes more in this game than Utah.
He's flushed from his spot. Now throws incomplete, dangerously behind Nakua. Byron Murphy in coverage, and it's 3rd down. Can they find it late like they did against BYU last week? Shelley hit as he let it go. It's Murphy again. The 3rd Washington pick tonight.
Washington decides to bring a pressure. Once again, getting Jason Shelley a little bit off the spot. Hey, diddle diddle, let's send a guy up the middle.
Nice.
And once Rapp's got a free run, Shelley knows he's got to take off. He ends up seeing Simpkins open downfield, but it's Byron Murphy who takes advantage of just an inaccurate throw. And you wonder if Joe Tryon got a hand on it to affect that.
Miles Gaskin stopped for a loss by Francis Bernard. Now the pressure back on the Utah defense. Out of the Wildcat on second down. Gaskin. Not much. Browning against a four-man rush, well protected. He's been effective with his feet so far tonight. Here, he only gets a couple. Bradley and I brings him down inside 3.5 minutes. 4th down and 8 or 9. Well done. Down to the 6. Swing it outside. Jalen Dixon dancing around. Stopped by Rapp. On 2nd and 6 with 8 in coverage. Wide open underneath. Samson Nakua barrels his way for a first down. With 1 timeout left. 2:40 and counting. Put it on the ground with Shine. Then Burke Curvin stands him up. 2nd and 6. Clock continues to run. Again, they drop 8. So Shelley with time. Dixon comes open, and he's got another first down. Bumped out of bounds at the 36. Pressure coming this time. It's in the hands of Dixon. He crosses the 45. He's close to another first down as it winds inside 2 minutes. They spot him with enough, and so the clock stops. Back to the ground. Shine has a seam. 2nd and 3. On 2nd down. Shelley underneath again with Nakua. Another first down to the 40. They've been doing it all season. 7 of their 9 wins. They've been doing it in come from behind fashion. Shelley well protected again. Throws it to the sideline and would have been better off with that not being caught. TJ Green has it. 45 seconds. 2nd and long. It's Dixon who gets blown up. Keith Taylor will force Utah to use its final timeout with 38 seconds.
And I'll tell you what, Utah had the right play call, just couldn't execute it. Keith Taylor made the play, but if he didn't, there was a lot of green grass. Washington decided to bring up pressure. Taylor Rapp was involved too, and there you see Keith Taylor with a sound tackle in space versus Jalen Dixon.
On 3rd and long. Scrambles and throws incomplete. And so 4th and 12 and Utah down to its last breath. Steps into one. Incomplete. And no flag. Washington's going to head to the Rose Bowl for the first time since 2000.
And guess who? Byron Murphy, who's been everything for the Huskies tonight. He's had himself just a phenomenal game. And it looked like it may have been a little bit early. Right here, working on COC Mariner. Watch the break on the football. See if there's contact at the top. It looks close. This would be a great angle. Clearly early. And crucial no call considering how that would have impacted the rest of this drive. Clearly, head coach Kyle Whittingham's frustrated.
And with no timeouts, that's the game. What a night for Byron Murphy and the Washington defense, providing the game's only touchdown and sending the Huskies to their 2nd Pac-12 championship over the last 3 seasons. Kyle Whittingham still letting the officiating crew know of his displeasure with a non-call on 4th down. Lowest scoring championship game in the short history of the Pac-12 championship.
But for Utah, what a step for Kyle Whittingham and his crew. I know they didn't get ultimately what they wanted to, but still outright Pac-12 South Division title, first chance here. I'm sure they'll be back. And for Washington, overcoming, what was somewhat of a disappointing season, but ultimately winning the Pac-12 and now a chance to go to the Rose Bowl.
I want to congratulate President of the University of Washington, Anna Marikause, Athletics Director Jen Cohen, and to Coach Pete and the Huskies, the 2018 Pac-12 Championship Trophy.